platforms to connect. So we are live on YouTube, on Facebook, in 6 different groups inside Facebook, and soon we're gonna be able to have Instagram running all at the same time, and TikTok as well. And if you are in Twitter or Twitch, you can already connect that. So, and today we have Susanna Maya, and I'm gonna go ahead and open Instagram. So while I do that, just take a little break here. Gonna go live on Instagram too. So we're gonna be looking at 2 cameras, here and up, because I have 2 cameras going. Oh, hello Instagram, um, lovers, glowers. We're gonna talk about this glowing thing. So we have an essential oil, well, essential glow challenge that's happening, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Hello, Naturalish Mama. Oh, I love that. Natural. The ish is always it gives a little room for play, right? I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we have our last day of the BOGO, and I'm waiting for Susanna to join me on Instagram, and we're also live on HAPS, Facebook, YouTube. Susanna is here. Wonderful. So Susanna is in Hawaii too, and she's also from Brazil. She's one of my best friends, and here she is. Hello, Isabella. Hello, Juliana. Welcome. Everyone, welcome. Hello, Sue.
Hi! Happy Aloha
So
Saturday, everyone. Boo! Bah! Happy Aloha Saturday.
happy Aloha Saturday. So again, we are on HAPS, and HAPS is a platform that you can stream in many different platforms at the same time. So we have YouTube going, Facebook, 6 groups going, and we are streaming on Instagram in a different device because it's not connected yet directly through HAPS. So I'm looking up and down because we have 2 cameras going. Okay. So today we have what we got today, Sue, for the BOGO.
Oh my goodness. This precious here. This amazing. Let me show this camera and this one here. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's
Where are you?
amazing.
Wow, you guys, the queen of the oils. You know, it is the queen of the oils. This is a precious, a very precious essential oil. I mean, rose, you know, when you think about rose, you think about love, you think about beauty, you think about seduction, you think about feminine flower. And what a gift. Thank you, doTERRA. Thank you so much for giving
Yes.
this to us. It is, you know, is one of the most expensive oils that we have, and to get in the BOGO box or in the BOGO week, it's amazing. It's a one in a lifetime that you should get it for sure. So just to let you guys know, this oil, I do have the 5 ml here, which I gave myself as a present when I reach a certain rank. It is 10,000 petals of oils that we need to make the oil. So if you don't have your rose yet, or if you do have, now is the time to get another one or a new one. So, yeah. How do you use the boo?
Well, I use this is a daily for me too, for my skin. But a little background story on rose. Rose Damascena is the rose that we use, and also it's known as the damask or damask rose. And it's considered a shrub, funny enough, right? And has the thorny stems, and it's originally from Syria, from the capital Damascus. That's why damask rose, and it's definitely something that have been very much sought out after because of the benefits that it gives, right? So the way that they do the picking of the flowers, one, it has to be by hand, because if you do it mechanically, it will hurt the petals, and then there will be no good for what we look for, which is the essential oil. So before the sun is up, before the sun rises, that's when in Bulgaria, that's what we do the harvesting of the rose, and that's all women. So again, very connected to women. The humanitarian work they do that is beautiful, and they go right before sunrise, because if they do it after, the flowers are they get stale. So you have to do it in a perfect time, right? So it's labor intensive, the production, right, the process that it takes, and very low yield, like Susanna mentioned. And that little bottle, a 5 ml bottle, it will take 10,000 roses, 10,000 rose blossoms to produce that one little bottle. Okay, so when people ask me, why so valuable, right? Because it's so valuable. So it's not, once you understand the properties of all of the oils, right? So you understand that it doesn't come down to price. It comes down to value. What value does it add to what I'm trying to do, to what I'm looking for? So the aroma is very sweet. I wouldn't say it's sweet and floral, but fresh.
Very
For me,
fresh.
oh, it's just a
Yes.
perfect, right? It's a perfect aroma. And it is also the fact that it's picked before sunrise. It has to be distilled on the same day that it was picked. So there are so many little details that makes it the best rose essential oil that we have in the market today, but also the purest. Okay, so the feeling that I get when I use rose is comfort, love, care,
Uh-huh.
soft. That's Addie loves copaiba and rose. Those are the two oils that she really loves. And today I put the oils, the three oils. So we have three, right? We have rose, and then you get two oils as a gift. Not the 5 ml. You get the touch, the Hella Crisp touch, and the peppermint 15 ml that we all love. So I put on the table all three of them, and I asked Wallace in the morning to choose one, and he put all three of them after, and I said, "Which one do you like best?" And he goes, "This one," which was the rose, right? So loves flowers. One of the uses that I mentioned is skin. So anything skin, it's kind of like I say about frankincense, right? So we say if you don't know what to do, frankincense usually will take care of it. But I feel the same with rose. If I have gone to every choice that I had in my cabinet for skin, anything skin, and it didn't work, rose will do the job for sure. So for Addie, when she had this thing that started spreading all over her torso, and were dark, and every little um, eruption of the skin that happened, it made more of those eruptions start all over the skin. Okay, so Rose took care of it. That's what we did, and we did all kinds of different solutions, but Rose was the thing for the skin. Another use, Susanna, emotionally, you have the book, right? The
I
Essential Emotion.
do. I do have essential emotions. It is, I just want to call the attention and share with you that it just makes us very, I mean, emotional. We were talking, and I was talking, it just made me want to cry because it is a very feminine energy. So it calms down, and it's the queen, right? So the queen just gives you that empowerment at the same time, and at the same time, that feeling of empowered, of seduction, and of feeling calm and serene to go through your day. So a way of that I love, and I use it every day. And it's one of it actually was my first oil. That's how I opened my doTERRA account, right, Vu, with you, and was
Tell
rose.
that story. That story's funny.
So, well, Pam was already, sampling me with other oils to treat my daughter with her respiratory issue that she had almost 4 years ago. We were doing the math the other day, and she was like, "Okay, so no," she explained everything to me. She gave me a private one-on-one class, and she's like, "Oh, it's a better deal if you get a kit." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks, Pam. No, but I just want one oil. I want rose." And she's like, "No, so but it'd be better. She's my friend. She wants me to get more for less." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. I want the rose. I really stick with the rose." And I think because the time I was, and every time we're kind of looking for our feminine side, and the rose caught my attention. And I just think, oh, it's so exotic. Oh my God, if it's no, it's a real deal, if it's a really real rose oil, because who knows out there what it is, and I want to try that. If I want to open my account, I want to do with this oil, and I love it. So like Pam mentioned, we do for imperfection. It's amazing for whatever you have in your skin, imperfection in your skin, you should use the oil. Um, and it comes like the better together with the BOGO, right? But this BOGO is better together. So what a perfect name. So when you buy the rose, it comes helichrysum and peppermint. They go amazing together. So you get like one for the
Helichrysum,
three.
especially, right?
Especially, yeah. So
Yeah.
emotionally, it just comes down because if you pass into it like as a perfume or a fragrance or personal fragrance, is just calms you down during the day and yeah, balances out your mood. So
And
that's pretty cool.
feminine, right? And then the feminine side that we have been talking a lot about it with the women. We have taken on roles that are very masculine. It has a lot of masculine energy in it, and I've been there for I'd say for longer than I have been in my feminine role. And and there's nothing wrong or right about it. It's just part of your process. But what I feel with Rose is that makes me come back to my true essence of being at ease. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That I don't have to have my guard up all the time. And it makes me feel more soft. And motherhood did that too. So after Addie was born, my demeanor was very different already. But to talk a little bit about adulteration that we touched on yesterday. So let me uh, um, explain. I got a lot of comments and questions about adulteration, and it is different from dilution. Okay, so rose touch, anything touch, has a carrier oil, and it is not an adulteration. This is just an addition, and the reason why it's not an adulteration is because we put it on the label. So the way that some of companies do to try to fill the bottle with something other than the essential oil is to add carrier oils. Yes, it can become a form of adulteration, but only if they do not disclose it. Okay, so doTERRA discloses it as a touch line and even has this little tab on the label. So you can see it's a little bit different, right? So it has a little tab there, it's touch. So not an adulteration. So adulteration is intentional. Okay, um, and natural or synthetic that affect the safety or the way that the product works. That's what adulteration is. And adulteration doesn't only happen in essential oils. It happens with food, cosmetics. Oh my gosh, cosmetics is probably the most. Fuel and all kinds of different items. Okay, so the practices of adulteration for things that smell good or smell or have a smell is to add what they say isolated aromatic chemicals, which is basically what they make in a lab instead of using the real thing. Okay, or what they do too is substituting or adding less expensive oils. And that's what I talked about yesterday on wintergreen. That is very easy to create that in a lab, and it comes from petroleum. Usually it's a byproduct from the petroleum industry. So they add into some of the real oil, and regular testing would not catch it. Okay, same thing with a lot of the essential oils. Very difficult to detect. So basic testing is not enough. So when you're purchasing your essential oils, of course, I'm talking about doTERRA, right? So doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world for a reason. And the reason why they would, another company, like other companies, right? We know that there's a bunch of them, would adulterate is because they look for more profit. Okay? Nothing wrong with profit, but you have to be transparent with what is in that bottle. So,
And
and that,
plus, Boo, safety, right? Because if you want to use on your skin, we know the skin is the largest organ in our physical body. So if you're gonna put it on your skin, or if you're gonna ingest, come on, it's safety. You wanna use the best of the best. Even if you're gonna put it on your diffuser to air it out, to put it in the air, it's about safety. So adulteration is very dangerous. So, and with doTERRA, we know, right? That they make, I don't know,
yeah,
over 100 tests for us to get in our houses. So, yeah, we safe. We know we get in the best of the best, and this just
yeah,
make us like, yeah, good. We know who are we dealing with, and
yeah.
yeah,
And
so
also
important.
one little detail, which is not little. doTERRA does not use brokers. Okay, so often companies may not even know that the oils that they're selling are adulterated. They buy from a broker that they trust. They don't realize that they're being duped because they don't have the expertise, they don't have the resources, right? And they don't have um, an eye experience to know adulteration. So when you see, oh, I see this commercials and ads for essential oils, and they advertise it as 100% pure, when in fact it's not, right? And we know that because I've been here almost 10 years now. We've been here for years. Like, we didn't arrive here yesterday. So I want you all to have a better idea about adulteration. This is important. And that's why doTERRA is what it is today. So going back to the benefits of rose, for us to jump onto peppermint and helichrysum. So rose can also be diffused if it's the touch, it's not diffusing, okay? Do not put the touch oils in your diffuser. Carrier oils are not good for your diffusers. So if there is any carrier oil in your essential oils, not for diffusing. For topical use and for aromatic use too, you get some aromatic benefits, okay? For anxiety, what a great oil for that. And also here for this part of your body right here, the neck and the décolletage, right? They call it here. So what a name. Amazing to get, you know, ease the skin imperfections. But again, going back to this whole idea of perfection and imperfection, you know, and I've been way more aware of trying to sell an image that is true, that is transparent, that is authentic. And more, the more I talk to my people, the people that I get to talk to almost every day, the more we say, you know, we're tired of fake. We're tired of not just seeing that we can show up as ourselves, and we can. And this is what the world needs right now. So the skin imperfections, right? It's your perfect imperfections. So lines on your face, it's beautiful. And my little one, Addie, asked me about Vovo's grandma's lines. You know, oh, Vovo has all these lines on her forehead, right? I said, yes, isn't that beautiful? She said, yeah, that's pretty. So now she's doing this to get lines. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. You're going to get them naturally, okay? But to go back to, just going back to being very aware of what we're trying to portray, right? You're perfect, you're enough. So I say that to myself every single day because I know what it's like to feel that you're not. So skin imperfections are perfect. Also for yoga, the chakras that it's connected to, heart for sure, right? The love, the feeling of love, that's what it irradiates. And rose has the highest frequency of all the essential oils. And for the longest time, it was something that people that I really trusted said, hey, frequency is not a thing, right? And I always, for some reason, it didn't resonate when they said that. So,
Makes me laugh, boo. Makes
right?
me
I'm
laugh.
like,
Come on, we're in the world, people. Frequency
yeah.
energy is everything. Yes. Oh, I love. Please talk more about the frequency.
So
Oh,
then I was like, you know, when you hear something and you feel that it didn't flow. So that's your intuition and always trust it. So I trusted it. And this is when I first started, okay? This is almost 10 years ago. And from somebody that is very reputable, let me tell you, like, well, one of the most, okay? So I was like, interesting. So the person says it's not a thing. And then just last year at the Diamond Retreat that Susanna was, we were together there, we heard it from a doctor's mouth, a medical doctor, a scientific researcher, say yes, and we can actually measure somewhat frequency of oils now, but we're still, it's too early to give you some results. But let me tell you, yes, there's frequency in essential oils. I'm like, so I guess for that world, we need to always prove it, and it's okay because yeah, that's what we do best, right? We'll always back it up. So highest frequency, and if you think about it too, when I said about Addie's skin, the reason why it didn't work, right? The other solutions didn't work is, well, all the oils have frequency, but when I put the rose on, I guess what the body does is the frequency is so high that it can't do anything but heal. That's how I feel, right?
Right.
So the body heals itself. That's what it does. But you need to give it what it needs. You need to give the raw materials for it to thrive, right? So that's what we have for rose. Incredible oil, especially for this time that we're going through. Emotionally speaking, mental health, right? Rose is amazing.
Oh, and take the advantage. Get your rose, you guys, because or stock your roses if you already have it, because yeah, it's a very, very special, very special. Again,
So
thank you, doTERRA.
let me give an example of Susanna's start. Okay, so when Susanna started, she wanted to start with rose and sandalwood. Two two of the
Right. Oh
most
my God. You remember.
yeah, I want to say like two of the most prized essential oils that we have, right? They are not they, their value is definitely higher. So the reason why I told her, I think it's better for you to get started with a basic kit,
Yeah, she was she's my friend. So yeah.
right? And then you're gonna gather some points,
Yep.
and with the points, you can get these more valuable oils because you get points back with LRPs, right? But because we sell things, people always think that you're trying to sell them more because you want them to buy more. You want them to buy more. That is not the reason when you get started with doTERRA. It is smarter to get started with a set. It's always cheaper.
Yep.
Okay, it's always cheaper. Period. So
And BOGO is a kid that you can start. So doTERRA is a mother. So you can actually start your doTERRA journey with a BOGO box and Rose is in it. Oh, if that time back in the days, boo, for sure. We
yes,
did that one.
yes. So for you to get started with doTERRA is like Costco. You pay $35 in doTERRA and you have access to wholesale for the whole year. If you get started with the BOGO box, so the Rose Touch on its own is 93.33. The BOGO box with 12 oils is 197. That's a no-brainer to me, and you don't have to pay the $35, okay? So just make sense of things before you buy it. My job is not to sell you. Our job is not to sell you. Our job is to make it make sense. What I educate you and give you the choices, and you make the decision, an informed decision. Okay, that's my job. So that's what I did with Susanna, but it didn't work with Susanna. So she went ahead and started with the rose and the sandalwood. And then after, what did she
And
get?
next month I got the sandalwood because it was like, yeah,
And then and then
sandalwood.
and then she got a basic kit because we need the basics, right? So that's why when she was explaining that story, that's why I did that. So Sue, let's jump to peppermint. That's a
Oh,
staple, right?
guys. Okay, if you think about peppermint, what do you think really? You can put it on the chat over here. I think about digestion. I think about open my lungs and breathing, and that's what it is. Peppermint is a coringa. It's like a how you say
It's a do it
the
all,
knife you do
a
it
Swiss
all,
Army
and
knife.
it's Swiss arm knife, yes. So it is, and it comes with so peppermint, and you can actually ingest that one. So that specific oil you can actually ingest. You can put it on your water or even on your food to cook or whatever you want to do, and you get incredible benefits. Your body gets incredible benefits from using peppermint, all in three ways, right? Ingesting, in topically, or um, diffusing. So if you like workout or if you have any weird kind of digestion, whatever's problem, think about peppermint because it is so strong, right, Boo? It is so strong. You don't need much. One drop, that's pretty much enough that your body can actually, can actually
Yes.
use it. So
So what I love to do, this is my first oil in the morning. So if you are part of the essential oil challenge, that we have the essential glow challenge, this is the first thing that we recommend doing. Put a little drop on your hand, just like that, and you're going to stamp your thumb on it and the roof of your mouth, and the rest of it you
like,
inhale. It's so awesome. Like you wake up right away. So high
mhm.
mental content and again quality. very different, very, very high quality. And it is probably one of the most popular essential oils that we have in doTERRA. And the peppermint plant that we have in this one is called Mentha piperita. So it's a hybrid of watermint and spearmint. So we do have this spearmint oil too. And because the difference is because it has a very high menthol content. Okay, so that's why it's a little bit more like a punch compared to spearmint, right? Spearmint
Hmm.
is a little bit milder.
Yeah.
And we use peppermint in so many different things, right?
Oh,
Peppermint in toothpaste,
in the
oral hygiene.
coffee. Oh, you can actually
Ooh.
drink it. Ooh, you can make some your Christmas cookies and put a little bit of peppermint in there.
Oh, chocolate and
Ooh,
peppermint,
brownie. Ooh.
amazing, amazing.
Mm.
And then as people have asked me, so what if I use peppermint extract? Different, you can use it, but again, it's quality, and the extract usually isn't the real thing. It's usually the aromatic synthetic that I just spoke about. So I'd rather use the real thing. Okay. And you can also do a swish with peppermint after you brush your teeth. That's great for gums. And also do a mix of peppermint and wild orange. That's like a super combo, right? To
Ooh.
to wake you up. Super, super combo.
Talk,
Um,
guys, talk. We're talking about top oils, amazing, very popular oil. It is, yeah, it's a must have for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
How about the emotional benefits of peppermint? So peppermint is the oil of the buoyant heart, and that is to make your heart more buoyant, for you, a little lighter, right? But also it invigorates your mind, your body, your spirit. And peppermint, if you was a person, it would remind you to be happy all the time. That's what peppermint would do to you, you know?
Uh, and
Yes.
wakes up, right, boo? Because then, you if you like kind of like in that mode, and they're like, oh, I'm kind of peppermint to be like, ooh, let's go, let's do it, pump it up. That's it. That's what we think about, right?
Yeah. And if you talk about buoyant, when I said buoyant heart, it's also for you to feel like you can float, especially with emotional distress, that you can float, like floating through on top of water. So you can kind of glide through it, you can flow through it. And if you feel disencouraged, that's an oil that can give you a sense of being alive. And every single day, you should wake up feeling, I'm so happy that I'm breathing. And I am actually posting on my stories every single day. I woke up breathing today. So that reminds me to always just be grateful for what's really, really important, right? And peppermint is connected to your breath. For yoga, amazing for the lungs, amazing for your throat too. So for you to be able to express your your truth, yourself. And if you feel pessimistic, so people that are very negative, maybe you should just kind of like bless them with peppermint.
You're like, come on, come here, everybody, or just put on a diffuser. If you're gonna deal with some kind of not very happy people, maybe put someone on a diffuser, invite them over, maybe put in their drinks or something. Yep.
Well, this happened to the husband of a friend of ours. She made peppermint water. She's in Brazil, and her name is so beautiful. Her name is Artemisis. So she made this water. She took it to her friend's house, and she left these 3 bottles in her fridge, in her friend's fridge, and she left it there. She forgot. So the friend's husband drank the water, and the friend was telling her that that night the husband came up to her and said, honey, I really feel like I need to talk, we need to talk. And he's known for the person, the guy that doesn't want to talk about the stuff that needs, like the pink elephant in the room. So then she called Artemis the next day, and she goes, what did you put in that water? Like, and she said, oh, it's peppermint oil. And then she called me and she goes, this is what happened, do you think it's related? I said, absolutely it's related, right? Of course it's related. um,
I love it.
it's for you to be able to open up and connect, right?
Yeah.
And maybe the unbearable anguish that might feel like heavy hearted
Yeah.
can be trapped in there. It makes you open it up, and also gives you strength to face that emotional pain.
Yeah.
Peppermint's pretty, all these plants, right? They're just
Yeah.
so incredibly powerful.
Can you
And
guys
in,
notice, right, Boo, how amazing they are? That's why we're so passionate about it. And we want to share this with the world, with the universe, because it's power and it's like it comes from nature. So what a blessing. I think it's so cool, and give it a try if you're not addicted like us, because we are. Give it a
yeah,
try.
so peppermint and frankincense together is that stamping the thumb habit that I do in the morning. And if you have those, I recommend you do that. When you get your peppermint, start doing that and see how you feel. So now we go to helichrysum. So the helichrysum
Ooh.
that we have is the helichrysum touch. Okay, so again, so touch is the, there it is, helichrysum touch. So helichrysum is this yellow little label. So mine is the 5 ml. I gifted my touch. I always gift my oils.
Mine is in my bathroom. Sorry, you guys. I leave it over there because I use it too in my skin. So we're gonna talk about.
Yes, so the touch again is in a roller just like this, okay, with coconut oil. And helichrysum means flower of the sun, right? The everlasting flower, I think. Everlasting flower, that's the name. Amazing for the skin too. And the one story that really struck me when I first started in doTERRA was the story of a family that one of the parents had an accident in the garage, and the little kid just went ahead, one of the kids went ahead, and the parent was bleeding. I don't remember if it was the mother or the father. So he went and put helichrysum on it to help control the blood flow. So that was really powerful when I learned about that. So for births, that's in my ebook that I have on pregnancy. Helichrysum is the one that I put on the back, on my back, very bottom here on the lumbar spine, for specifically for that, for keeping balanced blood flow, so you don't bleed out too much or
Oh, amazing! I didn't
yeah.
know that one. I use it on my, yeah. I do my frankincense. I do my blend, which is rose, frankincense, and helichrysum, and I that's what I use for my skin on my face. Yeah, and over here too. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool story. Good, awesome.
Yeah, so I think Helios in Greek is sun. So gold sun is the translation of helichrysum. Helichrysum, that's the name, right? So again, skin amazing. Like I said, uh, that benefit of controlling the flow of blood, and the aroma. So emotionally speaking, it is specifically for emotional pain.
Yeah.
And we just spoke on peppermint, how it can help give you relief on emotional pain. But this one is if you feel that you can never shut down a wound or hurt or cannot ever get over something that was difficult in your life, especially trauma. So, from my own experience, I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Sexual abuse, I know, trigger. No, I apologize if this triggers you. It triggered me for the longest time. But I believed that I had to have that trigger to work on it because I didn't want it to be a trigger anymore. I wanted to be empowered to help the ones that go through it. So, helichrysum on the perineum can be something for you to cut that trauma. That for me, what brought to me when I wasn't working on it was a lot of self destruction feelings and loss, and not feeling that I was whole. So helichrysum has been one of my tools for that. I don't do it anymore because I feel like I went through that emotional pain of that trauma, and but it gives the strength and endurance to go through the process of that. So if you know anybody that has gone through it, this can be such an awesome tool for that person to kind of be able to move on from that past and move on and forward, look forward. Okay.
Amazing support. Amazing.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, very much. So I would say trauma is the thing, and also tension, right? Because we're talking about emotional pain and wounds, emotional wounds. So usually, right? The physical and the emotional are totally connected. This will help you feel more perseverant and more determined, and it will give you a sense of courage and a sense of, for me, right, emotional healing. That's what it brought to me. So I love the
Oh,
emotional aspects of these oils.
amazing. Cool.
And for little kids, for moms out there, kind of like frankincense. If the kid falls down, first thing, it will not you will not see a bump. It will not get purple, right, or bruised. It's really cool how fast it works for little ones. And I remember one of my um, um, first bosses in San Diego, he used to say, because I was the nanny for the family, and he used to say that little kids, the little babies are made really close to the floor for a reason, because they fall all the time. That was his way of telling me to kind of, don't worry, if she falls, she falls, she's gonna fall. She was 6 months old when I started taking care of her. I wish I had the oils at that time, because that little girl fell so much on her head. It was crazy. And so do my children, right? So my babies fall all the time, because they all started walking at 8 months. So it's like a little baby walking, right? It's not, different from a 1 year old. 8 months walking is too little. So they fall all the time. So Helichrysum is one of the main tools for the mamas. So BOGO Box is still available. And if you have any questions about how to get started, um, our job starts after you have these amazing tools on your hands. And here you have support. You can count on this community to always be present with you on your journey. And if I can be of any service, Susanna can be of any service, this is what we're here for. I love to serve. So
We do, my friend. Thank you.
thank you so much. And so we're done with the BOGO week. I feel kind of sad
I
that we're done.
know. We wait for so long and like, oh, but it was a really good one, and we still have like Busep and set. We still have the boxes. So yeah, go ahead, get it. And we still have oh yeah, we're done with the week, right? So we still have the boxes, guys. So go get it. Go get it.
Yes, go get it. We still have until 11:59 Mountain Time. Okay. So
Okay.
I hope you all, wherever you are, whatever time zone you are, you have a beautiful rest of your day, night, and we'll talk to you all soon. Much love. Aloha.
Aloha.